Matthew. My name's Kate. I work here in the education department at the Houston Zoo. Today we're going to take you on a tour around the zoo to see a few different animals that you had some questions about. We're going to start right here at our reptile house. Let's go check out some snakes. This is a ball python. These guys are found in Africa. They are a lowland snake, so they like to live on the ground. They're called a ball python because they curl up in a ball to protect themselves. That coloration on their back helps them camouflage with their habitat. So these snakes here at the Houston Zoo all get fed mice and rats. In the wild, he would eat some small mammals like mice and rats, also some rabbits or lizards and other reptiles that he might be able to find. So the habitat for these ball pythons, these types of snakes, would be a grassland area. So these guys can live among the rocks and the grass. Their gray and brown and greenish scales help them camouflage and blend into that type of habitat really nicely. So snakes don't really communicate with other snakes very much. They're a solitary animal, but we all know that snakes can hiss. So when they feel threatened or a little bit frightened, they can let out a hiss by their teeth, and that usually frightens other animals away to leave them alone. Ball pythons really like to stay on the ground. They're not really an arboreal species. They don't like the trees very much. They like to stay nice and low on the ground where they can hunt all those little rodents and field mice that you might see in that area. These guys protect their young by camouflaging their nest really well, so they can lay their eggs in an area of dense grass, and the mother snakes can stay by and protect her eggs so that nothing can harm them. We're here at our Komodo dragon exhibit. This is Smaug. He's our adult male Komodo dragon. In the wild, these guys would be found in Indonesia. So they're found on the island of Komodo and other small islands in that area. But here at the Houston Zoo, you will find him right there on that rock majority of the day. He likes to just sit on that rock and be nice and calm and sun himself to warm up during the day. So here at the zoo, he eats a lot of different things, from rabbits to sometimes he gets a goat, which he really enjoys. But in the wild, they could eat things like chickens, rodents, eggs, anything up to like a wild boar or some of the deer species that live on those islands as well. These guys don't do a whole lot to protect their young. The female will lay the nest of eggs and will bury it in the sand, in the dirt in the forest, but then she just kind of walks away and leaves the young on their own. When the young hatch, they emerge, but they know instinctively what to do to find the food that they need to survive. These animals don't really communicate with each other. They are a solitary species, just like the snake you saw a little bit earlier. So they like to spend a lot of their time alone, so they don't really need to communicate with other Komodo dragons in that area. I know you also had some questions you wanted answered about the tigers that we have here at the zoo. So let's hike on over to that exhibit and check out those guys. Here we are at our tiger exhibit. So there's 6 subspecies of tigers in the world, but we have Malayan tigers here at the Houston Zoo, and they're one of the smaller subspecies. Amur and the Siberian tigers are going to be a little bit larger than these guys you see behind me. So here at the Houston Zoo, our Malayan tigers love to eat lots of different types of meat, and every Thursday they actually get bones. And the bone day is a really good treat for them. They like to gnaw on those bones all day long. It's a fabulous treat. Malayan tigers are found on the island of Malaysia in the forests on that island. All tigers are going to be found in forested areas, and that helps them blend in really well with those gorgeous black stripes on their orange body. So those stripes are just like a fingerprint. Each tiger has its own unique stripes, so it's really cool to tell them apart based only on their stripes. So when a female tiger has tiger cubs, those cubs will spend a good few years of their life with their mom. She doesn't immediately leave them to be on their own, and they actually communicate a lot with each other. They can make a variety of noises. They can roar, kind of like lions, and they can chuff as well. So they can't purr like your house cat at home, but they can make a variety of other noises, from chuffing to little squeaks and roars like our lions as well. And those communications help the mother and her cubs stay together, as well as communicate with other tigers in that area that might be getting a little bit too close to their space. Here at the Houston Zoo, our tigers aren't super active. They like to lounge around and relax all day. Big cats sleep the majority of the day, so they are sleeping a lot. But they do like to swim. Tigers are some of the only cats that like to get in the water. So on those really hot Houston summer days, our tigers like to take a dip in the cool pool behind us to cool off a little bit. So those tigers you just saw are an endangered species. So we have a lot of different endangered species here at the zoo, and that means that wildlife conservation is one of our main goals as an institution. We have a lot of people that really care about the animals that we have here, and we want to keep them alive and healthy in their natural habitat in the wild. We help with conservation projects all over the world, including African and Asian elephants, painted dogs, orangutans, including a lot of others. We also help with conservation projects right here in Texas. Atwater's prairie chicken, Houston toads, and one of my favorites, our very own sea turtles here on Galveston Bay. One of our very own vets, Dr. Joe, takes in stranded and hooked sea turtles, helps remove those hooks, and if possible, re-release those turtles back into the wild. It's a really neat way to help the animals right in our own very backyard. So Matthew, we hope you had a great time joining us on our journey through the Houston Zoo today. I hope we answered all of your questions, but if you have any more, please feel free to contact us again. Have a great day, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.